All right, welcome to the third episode of the Beacon Banter podcast. Joined by me, Trent, you already know me, and Robert, and...
Did you just say Baconator?
Beacon Banter.
Oh.
That's the podcast name.
I was thinking of like the Baconator from Arby's.
Anyway, this is
Katie.
our special guest, Katie.
I forgot you're a civil engineer, right?
Tragically.
Unfortunate.
Okay.
Come join the winning team.
But I love my bridges. You know what I did? I went on a field trip yesterday for my class in transpo.
You guys do field trips?
Yeah, because we
it's
gotta
elementary school?
see. We gotta like see our projects we do, or basically they're like trying to show us because there's different things you can go to in civil. There's traffic, there's water if you hate yourself, structures.
Which one are you?
I'm just in the umbrella civil, but I might go for either transpo or structures because I kind of like what they're doing in transpo. But one thing I just learned about transpo is they also move cemeteries. So
That's a good thing?
That's a fun business.
Cemeteries?
Well, one of the guys that was at the I-84 place was telling us, like, yeah, sometimes there's just bodies there, and we are like, oops, someone didn't move the body right, and they gotta move the body.
It's fun to play
and
with.
Then one of the operators was like, oh, yeah, the people of the loved ones don't get a say in it at all because they're dead. I'm like, great people to talk to.
It's the way the cookie crumbles. Just like the body.
All right, I guess we're going to get to the question that I'm going to ask every time on every podcast.
We're also missing Josh.
He'll be here shortly. But are you pro or anti artwork sale?
Wait, say that again.
Pro or anti artwork sale?
Artworks?
Yeah, they're selling artwork.
Were you here last year?
No, that was my Stat 240 project, actually. Do you want me to pull up my slides?
Wait, for what?
To sell the art or not to sell the art.
Oh.
That was my project.
Well, which one did you say?
We say not to, because, I don't know, if you just did your job right, your students would graduate, and then some of your alumni get rich, and then they donate back to the school. You wouldn't have to sell the artwork. Because that's what happened at my old high school. One of our more recent alumni that came back to donate a couple $1 million was, we had Red Gold donate $10 million my senior year because he just loved how much my school gave him a good environment. But anyway, I don't think Valpo should do that. They should just treat their students better, and maybe we'll donate back more.
So you think that selling the artwork is like treating a symptom rather than actually solving the problem?
Pretty much. I'm trying to think of an analogy right now, but I can't. But it's just like, if Valpo did a better job making their students love the place. Because at Culver, my high school, they made a lot of students like the place. And we have our alumni give back generously. Our high school endowment is over twice that of Valpo's. So,
Well, what do you think they could do better to make students love the place more?
one, the freshman dorms are decrepit.
I can agree with that. I've never lived in one, but
I came in, I was like, okay, our buildings are like 200 years old, but they at least make it look like there's not mold growing in every corner. So
I've seen some stuff. Like I've seen like ceilings, the plasters peeling off the ceilings and stuff.
free snack.
You could eat it if you want.
Fun fact: lead is actually sweet.
And you know this how?
Thanks for sharing.
You know this how?
Oh, for about 3 years, I spent that time wiring like harnesses for our air ride kits at one of my old jobs, and I'm going to do it again.
So it wasn't like with your childhood snack or something. Like you just sat there munching on lead chips.
Actually, the weird thing I liked to eat as a kid was the SpongeBob bubblegum toothpaste.
When I was a toddler, my mother frequently caught me eating the dog food. I don't know if that's something I wanted to admit, but Hey, she bought the high quality stuff. There was meat in that.
I guess we should talk about why.
Why couldn't you just be normal and like find out you like something sweet because you're like brushing your teeth and you're like, oh, I didn't spit out the toothpaste, I just swallowed it. But no, we went for the.
Why are we in Katie's room and not the normal podcasting studio in Meier?
Oh, so Josh is not present, but he was like standing over me menacingly. I'm only a little 5 foot, and they all stood over me and was like, you have to do the podcast. So I guess I'm doing it. I also wanted to get 2% productivity in my homework done. Wait, which camera? That's not a camera. That's a camera. I wanted to get some productivity in. Well, oh, he's back.
The man of the hour.
Wait, is he on one of the...
And now we have Josh Wilson in here.
Yeah? Make it under the camera wires.
Yeah. I take control of the mic.
Am I too far from this thing? I don't know if it's like picking me up.
I'm sure he'll be fine. Alright, what else we got?
I don't know if they gave context, but I had to go do laundry since it is the final week before finals and the end of semester.
We've got probably, 90-something hours before finals actually start, so...
I have an 8 a.m. final!
I have 2 8 a.m. finals. One on Monday, one on Wednesday.
I used to have 2, but we got lucky.
Oh, when's the
now we have
LCT
one.
one?
I don't remember.
Okay. I don't know either.
Yeah.
I got a good question. Summer plans. What you got going on?
Me or him? Or him?
You're the guest.
Yeah, you're the guest. Dude.
Oh.
You answer first.
Okay, so from 2019 up to 2022, I worked at my brother's workplace it's a body shop. We also do well, I guess it's a body shop. We only did like one slingshot a year, but we mostly focused on our wheels. I worked at Rev Dynamics for 3 years, and I'm going back this summer. Last summer I did an internship, but then I decided because I'm doing classes, I could just work locally this summer, so.
That's pretty much my plan, too. I've got a job lined up.
Are you taking summer classes?
Only one I'm taking with a community college online, so.
For what class?
Statics.
Statics, you're not taking it here? You're smart!
Yeah, I know. I know.
Statics was easy.
Who did you have?
I learned how to do
That's
integrals
why.
in statics, not Calc 1.
That's why, buddy.
It was difficult because I was like, what is this thing? I know how to do it now.
No,
Yeah, that's...
Statics is very easy if you can understand the exam. Or if you can, do the exam and there's no problems. But
Oh, did you give the context of, everyone's engineers pretty much on your podcast?
Yeah, civil, mechanical,
yeah.
electrical, computer.
Oh, we have it all!
Yeah, so
Is
we're...
there a fifth one?
This is not...
Like a bio one?
Environmental.
This
But
is
that's
not
a subset
the...
of civil.
This is
Sounds
not the
computer,
Beacon
subset
Banter
electrical.
podcast. This
No,
is
it's
the
not.
Engineering
Us.
Banter podcast.
Computer-
Electrical is a subset.
We
of
should
computer.
rename the...
No.
we should rename the podcast, Gellerson Talkathon or something.
I mean, that could be like a sub-podcast thing
Like,
within the podcast
because-
club.
Who here is not an engineer?
Your mom.
But yeah, and the fifth
True.
person we have lined
She
up
was a
to
German
possibly join as an official member instead just as a guest is also an engineer.
Are you talking about me?
Oh, we might have to change the podcast over the summer, though. Might have to change it to,
We could just put Drew's name on the
We
roster.
could just go to the dean of engineering.
We
Just
could,
hey
yeah.
buddy, can we do
Also
a
plan to,
Gellerson
ask her, yeah,
podcast?
I haven't asked her yet.
Just for Gellerson.
oh, you know they're tearing down Meier?
Oh yeah, they are tearing down Meier. That's
Good.
that is very.
Yeah, and that's where podcast studios.
I love
But that's
Meier.
where I get my spring onions.
You hear that? I love Meier, and I don't want it to be torn down because while it is a waste of space, it's our waste of space.
It's not a waste of space. Like, you could easily make that into like another study space on campus.
There's an entire wing. Okay, there's an entire wing for the education department that has been empty for a while now. I propose what we do is we just turn that into like offices for people who are in like important positions in student organizations. And the rest of it, we could turn that into like, I don't know, just expand the territory of Gellerson. I mean, it's right next to it, and it's built in the same design. Might as well just... I thought it was part of Gellerson when I first got here. Because I didn't know where the hell I was going.
It's technically a part of Gellerson now in terms of, like, they're the people
Yeah.
that kind of oversee the building.
Well, yeah, because...
Since the main office is empty.
Yeah, no one goes there. There's
Like,
no one in
Yeah,
mine.
mine would be a good place for,
Except
like...
the ROTC.
If
That's
they
it.
weren't tearing it down for, like, a senior design project, where you get, like, 2-3 teams that each pick, like, a different part of the building and work onto, like, transform the building to, like, have a few better studying areas.
Yeah.
The
Gut the building, senior design project building. That's a good idea.
Well, too bad you're not in the Senate because you don't have any say over that.
You take each of the rooms in it already and, like, just keep the walls as it is and, like, make it a study area. 'Cause
Yeah.
let me speak first, but,
Yeah,
like, the rooms in the library that are small rooms for, like, 2-3 people, like, those are almost always filled. So it'd be nice to have, like, more of those rooms that are slightly bigger for, like, engineers.
Yeah.
And, like, Meier Hall would be, like, the perfect place to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's really costing the school much money to keep it up anyways, aside from, like, electricity bills costs, but most of the lights are on timer sensitives, so that and there's not many classes in there anymore, so that shouldn't be too much money anyways to begin with.
Yeah, Meier is empty almost all the time. But when I walk in there, I'll see, like, 3 things happen there. The occasional class, barely, like, 30 people in that building any given day.
I had a core class of 13.
Exactly. Like, I had a core class there. That's the only thing I ever hear. Or ECE or something. Or, like...
Oh, yeah, when the Neils... Oh, so... Were you here last year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Boiler went out. How was class in there?
Oh, and we're Neil's.
Well,
Yeah, we had to relocate.
they had to
remember
go-
that?
And yeah,
They
it was
did that
fine in there.
They did that in the College of Nursing, too. I had a core class in the nursing building. And we had to move to their adjacent building for a class period. Because their boiler went out. And it was the dead of winter.
What is with the boilers going on? I mean, our hot water heater's out. Did you see, like, we got a little, like, stereo one outside now?
I got injured in the College of Nursing. I learned pretty quickly. It's the nursing building. They don't have any nursing supplies.
It's the nursing building.
Like, there's no first aid kit. What do you mean?
Well, also, there's no sprinklers in Gellerson except for fights.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, but also
Fire.
Gellerson was built with older material, so it's less flammable.
Yeah. There's nothing.
that's what the government wants you to think.
No, I've seen a video about, like, materials from the 1900s era. They take, like, 2 minutes to burn.
I don't think
in a fire.
Gellerson's that old, though.
It was built in 1960s, roughly.
It does look its age. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Fights is new, but everything else looks.
I think Gellerson looks terrible, I'm not gonna lie. I was like sitting in there this morning.
Who could have seen it coming?
I mean, it needs, like, updating, but, like, the overall design of it is actually pretty smart with the windows up higher.
Yeah.
Because in the high summer, the sun doesn't beat directly on the windows, so it doesn't heat up the rooms as much, and in the winter, the sun just goes right in.
Yeah.
I took a civil engineering and architecture class in high school.
I think the optimal ending is.
Why is that not a civil? So you can be converted.
No, I'm mainly electrical because I've done mechanical and civil engineering stuffs, and electrical is
switch
the
to
one I
computer.
like most. No, because I refuse to take programming too.
Did you know he picked electrical because he thought it was the easiest field?
Well, that's not the only reason, but that's the main reason. That's also
Oh, the truth comes
funniest
out,
one.
Josh.
But I actually do enjoy what I'm learning in electrical engineering, even though it's a lot harder than I thought it was.
Can I just like flash back to like 2 weeks ago? I burst in his room and he was like sitting at his desk, just head in his hands, going insane.
No, that's
Or are you doing the LCT
Making-
homework?
making
That was
average-
calc homework.
No, I've seen you. You're something design, linear.
Advanced logic design.
Linear
circuit
circuit.
Linear circuit theory, but if it was design advanced logic design,
One of those, and it was on your screen, and you made your average Josh noise of screaming.
Probably linear circuit theory.
Josh is out of average.
I don't
logic.
actually do much linear circuit theory. Like, for the most part, the homework's kind of annoying and hard. Way hard.
Oh, the newest one is so easy. It's like a blessing from
What do you think?
from the professor.
Yeah, it probably would have been like advanced logic design, I think was what's on my screen.
So, I'm gonna delve into the side of transpo and go, oh no, the flow not good. Because, also, civil deals with more ethics, and the ethics of, this is a college campus. A girl gets on that ladder, dude's underneath it, you know there's a lawsuit right there. It's climbing up that ladder.
Yeah, why don't we just? I think it would be funny. The camera's blurry. I think it would be funny if we just got. You said, we're doing a ladder. It's the best of both worlds. It's a ladder now. We're back. I don't know what happened there. I think
Robert broke it.
I didn't do
Maybe like
Unplugged camera.
once we become like an official club and we have like more people, we should maybe like try to have at least one person kind of just like going through the cameras, making sure they're not blurry and whatnot. Maybe it's
Like a little camera guy here.
Anyway,
Yeah.
You made it blurry.
Should I open? I also made impulse purchases, so I was thinking, would people, if anyone actually does watch this, would they want to? Oh, I'm not in the frame. Pokemon cards.
The first one got like within first 19 hours got like 14 views or so. So
Of those 14 people, maybe one of them knows what this little pocket creature stuff is.
they probably all know what Pokemon is, if not necessarily the specific Pokemon there or care to watch it.
Oh, Josh. The internet knows who Gardevoir is.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna.
Have you ever done the little challenge of you search up a Pokemon on Google, just on
No.
Google, and then
No.
scroll to see how long it takes for you to see some NSFW stuff? Because Gardevoir is like the third image.
I said, oh no.
A little louder.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
What were we even talking about before you broke the camera?
I don't know, but that's like one of the fun things about this is we don't have a specific script, so who cares what we're talking about? We can just go.
I was talking about McDonald's.
I finished my Happy Meal earlier.
That means you're not happy anymore, right? Or does that mean your happiness is full?
I pulled. Do you know who Hoot is?
Who?
Hoot. Emily.
Who? Yeah.
Yeah. Her whole thing is be happy. So, whenever we flip the Happy Meal upside down, we say it's an anti-Hoot meal.
What was your meal? It was like 6 chicken nuggets and like
Oh,
4
yeah.
fries.
No.
4 French fries total.
2 kid-sized fries.
That's a deal.
Truly.
How much was it?
Freaks, I use my points.
Ah, how many points?
6,000 points.
How much is that?
I don't pay attention. I was already too busy going, ooh, Pokemon cards.
So let's talk Star Wars.
Please do not.
Points to,
No.
what's the McDonald's points to USD currency conversion? We need to discuss that.
Oh, it's like, I think it's 100 per dollar, right?
Wow. So
It builds up though, yeah.
that was a $60 Happy Meal. That was a $60 Happy Meal.
I mean, it took me since December, January, kind
That's a
of.
$60
And
Happy Meal.
it wasn't, yeah, but the thing is, I'm smart. And I say, oh, mother dearest, whenever you buy the kids stuff at McDonald's, please use my phone number and give me points.
So you're not a Pokemon card collector, like a serious one? Who's gonna leave everything in the shrink wrap?
I will not say how much.
Well,
She
I
has
like to
spent
open.
too much on Pokemon cards.
So, just in the last 2 days, I've spent 45. Now, in the last month,
Last month is 3 digits.
5 digits. She spent more than her tuition on Pokemon cards.
So, for the people that are watching, to put this in perspective,
last month.
I did get an Evolving Skies Elite Trainer box. So you guys
How much is
can-
that?
They range from like $95 to $130, depending where you get it from.
So this is now the Gellerson Pokemon card stream. We'll be doing Pokemon game streams every.
No, actually, here's my little shameless plug. I'm going to start streaming on Twitch myself. So I'm gonna be doing games, random things. I guess I like to cook. Unsurprisingly.
What's the channel name?
Oh, dude, are they called channels? I'm so new to Twitch.
I don't know. I don't use Twitch.
Back in high school, I used to have a group called Venus Boys,
Called
Beanie
what?
Boys, Venus or Beanie Boys, and we picked an adjective, and then we picked Venus afterwards. And I was gonna be small because I was the shortest of the bunch, but
Pocket.
then they said no, we already have one of those, and then they listed off all the names, and we had small Venus, medium Venus, big Venus, thick Venus, holy Venus, and black Venus. You
Which
can.
one are you?
I was gonna be yellow Venus, but then the same day I found a cat wandering my campus. I found a cat, and I looked at the collar, and the cat's name's Pocket. So I'm Pocket Venus, but I don't think that's appropriate for Twitch if I'm doing that. So I'm gonna be, I don't know. I was gonna just do like Pocket Crumbs, because you think of the Nature Valley bars. Yeah. No.
All right. Well, I appreciate the lore behind your name there. You know, you could have just picked like Katie or something
Nah.
simple.
Kit Kat or something.
I mean, username I use for just about everything is.
I could go for the e-girl look, not gonna lie. I could pull the whole Kit Kat and cat ears.
That would be terrifying.
To add a bit more lore,
I could scare Josh off with the cat ears.
Katie is upset. Katie is obsessed with cats.
That's kind of a morbidly obese.
Josh
orange
is
cat.
obsessed with. Never
Pull
mind.
the mic away. Yeah.
Never mind.
You're gonna have to censor whatever he says.
I'm a dolphin.
So we have Scott and Chaldea evolved. Well, there's 6 packs in here.
When you guys gotta move out of here?
I don't know, as we just completely ignore Katie with the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Thursday. I'm not sure. Exams have been.
Yeah. Got these. Probably ones.
The lovely Pokemon that I know nothing about.
You gonna do like the full unboxing, or are you just gonna?
I could. I mean, you guys could also just do your own thing, and I'll just be opening them over on this camera.
Yeah, while she's doing that, I have a question for the two of you.
Oh no.
Of like the 3 kind of, I guess, main things that our generation were interested in at young kids, which ones did you fall under? Bakugan, Beyblades, or Pokemon?
Neither. No, I did have Bakugans.
I casually cared about the first 2, and then I just stopped caring around like 10. Entirely stopped caring.
I loved Bakugan and Beyblades, even though I never got many, so I was mainly just watching the TV shows for them.
I tried to watch the TV shows, but there came a point where I just stopped caring. Too much effort.
You guys ever watch Young Sheldon?
No.
No, I've seen it in passing at my friend's house, and it doesn't look.
I'm gonna find someone that's watching. I've asked like 7 people.
I have seen clips of it, and I've seen clips of The Big Bang Theory. And I must say, in my opinion, for Young Sheldon being like a prequel to The Big Bang Theory, they kind of did like a bad job with like character development between the 2 shows.
Oh no, they're doing like the finale. They're gonna have like the father die, and that's like
I'm
part of
being
Big Bang Theory.
called.
You gotta watch it though. Watch like
Ooh,
one
is
episode.
it a
It's
spam
so
call?
funny.
Open, answered on stream. All right, so
It's not a spam call, but I will answer it on stream. Hello. Alright, so getting back to what all just happened, so Trent cut right before this, and just leave this part because.
Anyway, moving on.
So I got called by my roommate as he has an exam in about 20 minutes, and I don't think the mics can pick it up, but it is a heavy downpour, and he's in a suit because of a jazz thing he had. So he's not in a good situation with that.
Yeah, outside it's basically Outside, he's basically swimming.
You can barely see
5 feet in the rain.
Yeah. No. I think that's close to like 20 feet from the distance he gave.
He's got to learn to scuba dive pretty soon. That's how bad it is. Oh well, we were coming over to do the podcast. We were swamped by rain.
For like a 2-minute window when it happened to be the worst.
We get out of a class, and then just the sky opens up, and it doesn't stop. And then we get in the car and it stops immediately. And then we get out of the car and it starts to rain as we're walking in. And now it's just unloading.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, can you give me your key? Actually, I don't know where his clean clothes are.
You have clean clothes?
Well, no, I was... No, I was thinking I could go in their room and I could grab Drew a pair of clean clothes and run it to him in the union. Maybe he could change there. I don't know. He calls me as if I'm gonna stop the rain and make him not get wet.
You can't do that?
I mean, I think his initial request was like, if you were in your costumes, like flag over the VUCA.
Yeah, but I don't have that. He's not at the VUCA, he's at the union.
Oh. I mean, union then still.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Union is pretty far away from Gellerson.
No, it's about a 5-minute walk with these little twig legs.
Well, but when you've got like... Well, even if he's 6 feet tall, but he's in... With this rain... in the suit, it's
the
far
rain's
away.
The rain's letting up. It's just a burst. Also, sorry to distract, but I was opening his.
They've actually stopped for a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's what I told him. I just looked at the weather.
It was even less than. It was like less than 10.
Yeah. Anyway, side note though, this exists.
I think that is the side note.
Yeah, there we go. We're back to the Pokemon stuff. Yeah.
Wait, do you guys have like a laundromat room in here? Or is it like?
Oh yeah, it's in our basement.
Yeah, I can take you down to the basement. See, like the basement's actually really nice looking.
You sent me a picture. It looks like I told you it looks like the back rooms. Looks like
It
some
does.
random place
I've been there.
in the middle of nowhere.
You know where it looks like the back rooms? Meier.
Alumni basement. That basement is kind of scary.
You know what else is kind of spooky? Yeah, I'll tell you. The Union basement looks like the back rooms.
I've never actually been down there.
You've never been there? They've got they got like the esports arena. But if you're not looking at the esports arena,
Some older ones in here.
everything else is just like random weird paths and strange doors that are locked. And you could genuinely like put someone who, like if they can't read or something, you just put them down.
Where's this going?
Like, I am in some kind of secret underground prison, underground government facility. I don't know what's happening. Where am I?
I don't remember.
Hisuian. Zork. You can still talk. I'm just like. Dude.
I don't remember which clubs it was. I think IEEE was one of them, but there was a few clubs that used to use the basement of the Union to make like a haunted Halloween,
It makes sense.
a haunted house based thing in the basement of Union. I think it was IEEE because I was like at a club meeting, but that's really the only club meeting I've actually been to.
I've been to one, and I just haven't made it back with schoolwork and such.
I want to see the Gellerson tunnels. It sounds like you could make a conspiracy about what's down there.
Conspiracy.
Break into Neil's little nuclear room.
I can already make a conspiracy because the
Nothing nuclear in that nuclear. It's just like it's filled to the brim with
bones.
autonomous styrofoam models. You just like if you walk in there, they just attack you. It's like some kind of SCP story.
Great. I'm so glad we have SCPs just chilling in our basement.
Yeah.
The elementary school I went to, it had tunnels underneath it.
Josh floor.
It was a private elementary school with a church next to it, and the church had a basement and tunnels that connected the tool shed thing where the lawnmower was kept for the lawn care, and then connected to the school and the annex as well, of which the annex is where the nuns used to live. That is how old the elementary school is.
My elementary school had tunnels under.
Yeah, well, the original building was built like 1860s, and that was an academy that went kindergarten through 12th grade. That was later torn down, and the current elementary school building was built, but the tunnels and the annex from the old building are still there.
Josh,
And I wish I got to see the tunnels, but I never did.
you were built in the 1860s.
Sometimes I feel like it, yeah.
Okay, now these fire alarms, which I just realized are right there, are those like cranked full volume, or are they like...
Oh, yes,
like-
they are. There was
Really?
one day it went off, and actually, the day I did stay in the building, there was an actual fire, but I couldn't have cared less because I got 3 of my homework problems done.
Katie, that time was an actual...
Yes, it was. It was Daniel's laundry. It was on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel's... We lost the dryer. Good soldier. Daniel set his crap on fire. It was just...
Daniel is one of my sweet mates, by the way. During the 2 fire
Fireball!
during the fire drills we've had, and the other few false alarms, like when the fire alarm malfunctioned on the 2nd floor kitchen, we just annoy him by saying, "Did you set your clothes on fire again?" I don't think he's too happy about us with that.
How frequent are those, the fire drills?
There's only supposed to be, like, I think, 1 at the beginning and end of each semester, I think. Or, like, 1 per semester, maybe, or so.
Don't you guys always complain about that, though? I feel like I always hear, like,
You guys...
once every week you guys say...
That wasn't because of fire alarms. That was like one fire alarm.
You never-
Oh, that might be you.
You've never experienced a fire alarm.
You haven't?
I've experienced these fire alarms.
Well, I commute here, so
I
Oh,
have
you
experienced
lucky.
over 20 fire alarms since I gotten here. In fact, 18 of those were this semester. Okay, Warenberg last semester had a fire alarm problem. This semester, it got worse. It was to the point where there were fire alarms going off when I wasn't even present. Okay,
Wait, why would that make a difference? Why would your presence make a difference? Are you the one that pulls the fire alarm?
No.
Oh, I
Usually
would
there'd
burn
be,
you at
like,
the stake if you
some
were.
ridiculous incident at 2 in the morning, and everyone is sleeping. But someone decided, someone got in their, got in the wrong state of mind and said, "I'm gonna cook with some kind of hyper flammable oil at 2 in the morning," and they just cause a fireball in the kitchen, and now everyone has to leave because you decided to cook at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's why at my old school they closed the kitchens at night.
And it got such a problem, they closed the 2nd floor kitchen. I know they're saying it's for renovation. I think it's because they don't trust them anymore. Like, this, out of the 18 fire alarms that have been caused, you have done more than half of them. Like, it's not even like rooms, it's someone went to the kitchen and started cooking and it caused a fire. And it's because last semester, they changed out all the fire alarms. Last semester, or maybe it was this semester, early on, it was like 5 in the morning or something. We all run out. We don't know what happened because of the fire alarms. We're all shivering in the cold, and we look out, and we see this. One of the rooms has water on the glass door.
It's a long story.
We don't know what's happening. Why is there water on the glass door? Turns out a hot water pipe detonated. Just like, oh, and that set off the fire alarm. Steam sets off the smoke detectors. Okay, that's not good, but I guess we're going with it. So, yeah. Warenberg is... Lesson learned, don't change your fire alarms. Don't do it.
What kind of fire alarms are there, though? Are they vent-based fire alarms where, like, the fire alarms are in the vents? So
No.
What do you mean based fire alarm? What are you talking about?
On the ceiling. So I call mine Blinky. He's like an imaginary friend, except he's not imaginary. He blinks all night long, and you think it doesn't matter when your lights are on, but then you turn the lights off.
Wait, it's on 24/7?
Yeah, it's just this blue flash. It's like a flashbang going off every 5 seconds. It's ridiculous.
Can't put like tape over it or something?
Well, you could, but I don't.
Is yours like the one that we have up there or no?
Yeah, it's like that, except it's like right in front of the
Have
door.
you considered like 3D printing a cover for it?
I would, but I don't know if they would like violate fire code or something.
Yeah,
and I
but they
know.
don't check your rooms at all.
Yeah,
So.
if they did, though.
We are going to probably have to like cut this part out a little bit just because like that is against the rules. So now
Exactly.
they may be able to trace it to you. Katie, you and Alf.
Hey, I'm not breaking the rules here, so I'm fine. They trace it to him. I'm not breaking no rules.
There was literally video evidence of you being the one to suggest it.
What? Fine, yeah, cut it
FBI,
out.
you gotta arrest her.
Sorry, we're making you have to do a lot of work, Trent.
Get the fire marshal here. She needs to go to.
Yeah,
she needs to get arrested.
You do a lot of this work having to edit everything.
Arrest this woman. She's violated the fire code. Marshals.
Oh, here's something. So, yeah, I did get that vacant position for the student senate. And I had to
Oh, nice.
I had to get all dressed up. Well, I thought I had to get all dressed up, right? I was wearing like my only nice outfit, and
There's a vacant position.
yeah, I told you for third year.
Oh.
Yeah, and anyways, first I walked into the wrong room and they were having like an award show.
You
And,
thought it was the
Yeah, I mean it was. What else happens at 8:30 p.m. in the Hari Union on a Monday
Yeah,
night
you're right.
Fair.
on the same floor?
I think I know what award show you're talking about. I think it was for the fraternities and sororities because two of my friends they didn't have to go, but they were going anyways for some reason. It was kind of funny.
All right. So, anyways, I walked into the right one eventually, and yeah, I was like way overdressed. People were wearing like sweatshirts. Someone was in like one of those cut-off shirts with like a pair of shorts on. Well, I tried.
Oh,
Yeah, it's so awkward.
overdressed?
Overdressed, underthought.
Better to be overdressed than underdressed.
Yep.
And month or two ago when I was going in for the second round of interviews to become one of the tour guides on campus, like I was supposed to like dress up nicely, but the three people that were in the room interviewing me, only like the actual like
Were you interviewing for what? I wasn't paying attention.
tour guide on the campus.
Oh boy.
So I interviewed for that too.
Yeah. Only the Valpo employee, not the student employees, was actually like dressed nice, and he was just like wearing a Valpo uniform shirt.
Wait, do they tell you to say? I hear this all the time in Gellerson because I always sit at that one spot, and everyone always says they have that one friend that printed out like 1,000 little pieces, and I forgot the whole story.
Oh, the
But
turtles?
what are the chances that everyone knows that person?
The turtles?
That's a tour guide. Yeah,
Oh,
probably very low. So I think they tell you guys to like say that story.
I don't think they have us tell the story. I think they just
if you look inside, they don't close their circuit box. If you look inside all the circuit boxes on Link, there's a turtle in them. Every single one of them has a turtle. Don't ask why I know and why they're inside the circuit boxes.
So, has anyone heard of the ghost of Meier Hall?
no. I'm in.
There's no ghost of Meier Hall. I'm making that up.
You could start a conspiracy though.
So
That's what this is going to be
The
now.
conspiracy theory is that
No,
they only closed the education department because someone in the education department was I don't know. I'm making. I have no idea.
It wasn't very good improv.
I'm making up theories about things that I have no correlation.
Speaking of
It's
ghosts,
just a
though,
game theory.
Game theory, but it's like
because you got on the top,
overlay.
because you started this, but now I have to ask all the three of you: do you all believe in ghosts?
No.
No. Say no.
No. Yeah, somewhat.
You say as you walk around with one of those ghost detectors. You bought off eBay for like $1.50.
No. 50 cents.
50 cents. Okay.
I mean, a lot of the equipment electrical engineers use, you can use for ghost hunting, like electromagnetic field detectors.
Which do nothing.
What do you mean, do
I mean,
nothing?
they detect electromagnetic fields. What does that have to do with ghosts?
Ghosts emit a certain electromagnetic field.
How do you know that?
If they were real.
Because what other theory do you have when you're in the middle of an abandoned building that has no power to it, and yet the EMF detector is just going off in response to questions you ask?
I'd say that your EMF detector is busted, or you're making shit up.
Well, it'd have to be making it up, but like that, people underestimate how hard it is to actually like make devices you can control with a remote, especially for something as simple as like ghost hunting.
Like I've
Like
seen,
there'd be a lot easier ways. It's just like
I've seen
faking seeing orbs.
ghost hunting like paraphernalia and stuff. They'll have these things, these EMF detectors. You actually crack them open. It's just like a beeper on a timer. Like it does nothing. It's just like there's electromagnetic. There's a field. And then it just shuts off randomly.
That's
It's
why
just complete lies. It's
That's why you
just
don't
random.
buy the equipment from like
It's just
ghost
a-
hunting equipment
Exactly.
stores.
It's a
Just
beeper on a
buy a
timer.
normal EMF detector as if you were like an electrical engineering technician that needs to check the wires to see if the
Exactly.
wire's good or bad.
Because but they don't do that because that wouldn't be.
Well, because most people are idiots, but like
I bought the official ghost hunter equipment. I'm gonna catch a ghost, and then you just walk around in a circle with a beeper going off.
You guys are making me think of the phasmophobia.
We should. You know what we need to do? We need to do like a ghost hunter episode where we just walk around the Union basement.
you can't just walk around. If you
Yes, you can. You just get in there from the elevator.
I've been there at like midnight on a Sunday. Nobody cares.
yeah, but like
2 in the morning. I've been
I
there
mean,
at,
you can't
2 in
just
the
walk
morning.
around like trying to find a ghost. If you don't know if an area is haunted or not, you could just be wasting time.
Well, that's what.
What you really need to do-
We're gonna be wasting time.
Do they have like curfews in buildings?
Yeah, I think so.
do is you need to go to a very
What?
famous
No, there's no
place
curfews here.
notorious for being haunted, like Waverly Hills Sanatorium, because it's got a reputation for being haunted. So that's the kind of place you would go investigate. Because if it is haunted, you're going to get something. If it's not, you get nothing.
CC.
As well as Waverly Hills Sanatorium is one of the most is like considered one of the most haunted buildings in all the U.S. I also think it'd be hilarious to go there with just like 3 or 4 people because it is a massive building, and that would definitely lead to like half the time being spent just jump scaring each other.
That would be funny. Like we just turn a corner and then you add like surprise music in, and you just scare each other. That would be funny.
Yeah, but
That would be good.
I believe in ghosts, and I follow like the ghost hunting philosophy from like the old Ghost Hunters show. Like that show does actually have a lot of credibility to it.
Okay, let's change the topic. How long do you think you guys could like smuggle a dog in here before they eventually found out?
I think.
The whole semester.
Really?
I mean, as long as it doesn't bark.
As long as you don't. No, we're pretty soundproof in here. You just need to make sure you don't like.
Oh, this building is probably indefinite.
Yeah.
I know a guy who lives on my floor. He's got a dog, and it's a big dog, but he's allowed because he's a veteran.
Oh,
So,
the therapy dog.
Therapy dog.
Yeah.
Might I don't know. Maybe it's a battle buddy. I don't know, but I think he's allowed to keep. He's allowed to keep it because therapy or something. I haven't tried. I don't know.
Distracting here.
This dog, it's absolutely hilarious because he will come up to me, or she, I don't know, comes up to me and starts sniffing my keys. Very interested.
Oh, like the drug dog?
My keys, like.
It's got you ratted out?
Yo, I pet a bomb dog. I accidentally called over a bomb dog going in the Disneyland, and then I got my friends and I searched for bombs. Anyway.
I mean, this dog is hyper interested in my keys. Every time I walk by, it's always coming up to me and sniffs my pocket. This pocket where my keys are, and he goes right up to my keys. I find it funny. I have taken it out for him. I'm like, there's nothing on it. What do you want? It's not food. No, you cannot eat my room key. That's not happening. I'll give you a treat if I have any.
I have another question.
Oh boy.
How much money would it take for you to be locked up in an old 1800s dungeon?
$9 and a burger from McDonald's.
I know a place where we can go and get locked up in a dungeon.
I'd be okay with that as long as it's not permanent. Like as long as I can leave.
That's what you think.
Well, what are you gonna lock me in there and keep me there until the day I die?
Sure, why not?
How about this? I do it to you and ask you how you feel about it.
Okay, I'd do it for free.
Okay.
Whose game of cookie clicker is this?
Oh, Drew's.
Choose the guy that we had to take.
Oh, can you click time machine with this mouse?
I don't know where time machine.
There we go.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
We gotta play copywritten music over the microphone.
Aren't there like cheats for this game?
Eh.
Can I just also sidetrack? This is probably one of my luckiest packs I've opened. There's an alternate art plus a V.
That runs off of a text file. You can export it and then edit it. That's how you cheat.
Should we do that? Mess up his game?
Yeah. No.
No, Drew would kill us all.
Don't touch it. He will probably be very upset.
I don't understand cookie clicker. I don't get it. I don't know why people care.
Well, you could say the same about video games.
Oh, but cookie clicker
Kind of is a video game.
Like, clicky click is literally just clicking, yeah.
number go up. There's no I guess.
I can't actually complain about it. I've played idle games like it before.
But like you go on like an MMO or something, and you're like, I'm grinding so I can get this achievement, so I'm allowed to purchase this armor. Like, okay, and then my model looks different because I can wear a different armor. Cool.
Spends hours just for a slightly cooler helmet.
Like, I'm actually grinding in a video game because I want to get a helmet that I have the ability to purchase. I have the in-game coins, but it requires a certain reputation with a certain vendor. And in order to do that, I have to keep grinding on their stupid. It's they have like a slot machine, but it's not really a slot machine. It's just like.
What game is this?
Star Wars: The Old Republic. You just spin it just spins around an arrow, and if it lands in the right quadrant, you get either another coin to spin again, or you get reputation with the vendor. And if you get enough reputation, you're allowed to buy new stuff. I'm almost there.
I have
They
a question.
Cap every week that resets every week, and I've hit the cap, and I
have a question.
Last marker.
Which one is Star Wars: The Old Republic?
Please don't talk about Star Wars again.
Which one? What do you
You
mean?
guys have been through this.
I'm going to take it as
Old
2 of your streams took up a lot of the Star Wars talk.
This is an MMO.
Oh, and
If it were
Yeah.
an offline game, I'd be cheating, but if I knew how. But Knights of the Old Republic is so old. It's nosebleedingly old. You can't do anything with it. It's like I can't even run it on my computer without a special emulation software. That's how old it is. I have to get.
No, ironically enough, it's such an old game, yet it is still a lot more of a popular game than a lot of modern games.
True.
Which also, I've noticed, Star Wars Outlaws is held to be one of the most expensive games on release for just the normal version of it.
How much?
Close to $160 for a video game.
Why?
Without the special edition of it,
There's
just
no
for the
reason.
pre-order.
There's no reason.
It's because they're trying to milk as much money as they can out of Star Wars.
Because nerds will pay for it.
Yeah, because like Star Wars Outlaws is like a smuggling game. So why not make it about Han Solo?
Han Solo? Han Solo? You got yourself a Star Wars fan?
I mean, it's kind of funny. Han and Han are both used as the pronunciation in the movies. It is kind
I
of
have
funny.
never heard it as Han Solo.
It's Han Solo. He's only got one hand.
Like also,
He's Solo. He's Solo and
Things about that. I'm just gonna stop right there because it would take too long, as well as there are probably some that may get me in trouble.
You're not allowed to have the microphone anymore.
All right. What do you think about? What do you think about? A few months ago when they took down like those Nintendo Switch emulators. You guys know about that?
Nope.
That was a tragedy, but you can't. You can't. It doesn't work that way. You can't just I am un-interneting. I am removing from internet. No, not possible.
Well, it's more about removing their little outlet for producing it, I guess. But
There's alternatives to GitHub, I mean, well, I am un-interneting. No, there's a developer out there. There's an aspiring developer. Actually, there's probably 90 who have the latest copy of the version. They're going to fork it, and they're going to make a better version, and they're going to upload that on
There's
a place.
people in the world. I guarantee there's at least 1,000.
Yeah. There's someone who's saying, I am going to make the newest version of Yuzu, and no one's going to stop me, and it's going to work.
Do you think they should be allowed though?
Yes,
Switch emulators.
absolutely.
It's their own product, so yeah, they can. But also, Nintendo's just been whacked. They've done a lot of business transactions in the last few years.
They've done a lot of what?
They've done a lot of stuff the past few years that just doesn't make sense. And probably
Like
the only
what?
reason they... I honestly can't remember.
They
I just
go on
remember 'cause,
YouTube,
there was
like, if
something
you-
from like 2-3 years ago
If you upload
that
game-
nearly actually caused them to go bankrupt. And part of the only reason they didn't is because people, because of games like Legend of Zelda
Yes.
and a lot of other games that are
You mean
overhyped.
franchises?
If you
Franchise- yeah,
upload their
franchise.
stuff. If you
Pokemon?
upload their stuff
But like
to
a
YouTube,
lot of these
they will
franchises are just overhyped.
They will find a way to ban
So
you off
much
YouTube.
stuff is made about these video games that are just overhyped.
Yeah, I do agree. At Legend of Zelda, first off, it's a historic game series, sure, but let's be real, they're not really innovating that much. And I don't like the fact that they will hunt you down and they will come after you if you upload gameplay of their stuff. No other developer does that. They want gameplay of their stuff because
Gameplay helps sell the game.
exactly. But these guys are like, no. That's our copywritten content. You're infringing on my rights, and we're gonna come after you. We're gonna send you a letter. We're gonna go to YouTube and get you banned. We're gonna get your money. We're gonna do everything. I've heard they sued a couple people. Why would you sue somebody for uploading gameplay? It's no one does these things.
I think Zelda games are so boring. I think Mario's a way better series.
You really think that you're worth it?
Both
I am that important. You don't understand. My gameplay is valuable.
You've angered Katie.
Like
What?
both franchises.
Have you ever played?
Both
Oh, I'm so sorry. The mic is right here. You're gonna have to fix that.
the mic.
No. I was trying to be like quiet. Anyway, but have you ever played Breath of the Wild?
No.
So you could shush.
I played like the original Zelda.
Is it that?
Zelda 64. So.
Original ones are. It's 64. You're doing Ocarina.
I don't know what the name is for it.
Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. Those are very linear games, and they will be puzzle games. So if you're not a puzzle fiend, you may not like as much. Now, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are very different. You should try those before you start going at the franchise.
No.
Well, I am bringing my Wii next year, so if you do want to try Twilight Princess, that is a thing. And the music is a banger from that game.
They have a Wii emulator now. They do.
I also just have a straight up Wii from 2010.
Hey, same. I also have a Wii U.
When I was a kid, I always wanted to be...
PlayStation 1 and 2 I had, and the Xbox 360 all got sold.
Wasn't there like some kind of Wii, or was it a Wii? I don't know. It was some Star Wars game, but it was like motion tracking and stuff, and it was like ahead of its time. And it was terrible. It was the worst game ever made, but it was very early motion tracking. And now they've got...
I think I remember what you're talking about, because I think
Yeah.
I had it. It was like a Starfighter game.
No, it was like you could run around with a lightsaber and stuff, but it was motion tracking. You had a little Wii controller, and you would...
Oh, the mic's your prop now?
Yeah, the mic's my prop. So anyway, try to hear me. So your Wii was your lightsaber, and you just swing it around, and that would be able to detect, but it didn't because it was. I think it was like an Xbox extension or something.
Okay, I was gonna say the Wii remote, just keep in mind you can walk up to your Wii with a lighter and it will still connect it.
Like, I don't know. It was terrible. It was terrible. A terrible game, but it was
I think
It was
like
groundbreaking.
Probably would have been the Wii.
Yeah.
But in terms of like motion following stuff, that would have been groundbreaking because with the game earlier than that was like Wii Fitness stuff. And
Well,
whatnot.
supposedly
It
it wasn't.
all better games that you had technology
Yeah.
that it would have used.
supposedly it wasn't, at least from my memory, it wasn't just the controller. It was like, it would see if you turned your head or ducked or something. It would, there was a camera on you.
Oh, then that part, yeah, that definitely would have been new, yeah.
Yeah, and
But in terms of anything bad, it's probably because regardless of if it's Wii or Xbox, it's during the point where a lot of Star Wars games were trashed because they're just trying to make as many Star Wars games as possible out there.
You could have seen it coming.
Which is part of why I don't remember the gaming company. I think EA got the sole rights to make Star Wars games.
Yeah, they did. But
so that the Star Wars games would actually have time spent on them to be good, because you're not trying to compete against other companies to make them.
Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic was that was an early EA game for Star Wars, and then Star Wars: The Old Republic came out. It was like a
So
attack
when
on
you're trying to avoid Star Wars.
Yeah, we should probably. But anyway, the point is, it came out in 2011. It's still up. It's still running. They're making new DLCs for it. They're making new expansions. It's like World of Warcraft, but it's still popular. It was one of the. It was one of the. I think it's the most expensive MMO ever created.
All right, well, I'm going to move to the final question here because I kind of
Final buzzer.
got to get home and, what do you think Valpo should do to fix their rapidly declining enrollment numbers?
I think they should.
In their what?
Enrollment numbers.
Not be
I
bad.
think what Valpo should do is first, maybe get rid of the Radiate. I don't think that's.
Oh, the new.
That's kind of like what is the spawn point that you've put on my floor?
There's one by the Enviro Labs that's just different from all the other ones, and I don't like it because I was like, that one's different colored.
Yeah, it's strange. What they should do is they should do like. First off, I think the Crusaders, they should bring it back. I think it was funny. That little cartoon Crusader guy, that's hilarious. Now, what's a beacon? I understand you're like a beacon of light ratings, but
They had the two dogs.
but what's a beacon? Okay, like the dogs are cute, but you can keep the dogs, but still like have something different.
I mean, North Dakota, University of North Dakota was the fighting, I don't remember what it was, but it was one of the Indian tribes. But they rebranded to the Fighting Hawks, because like apparently the Indian tribe name for them being the Fighting whatever it was is offensive.
Yeah.
But the tribe spoke out saying that they liked the representation for being the school's mascot.
It's confusing. Yeah.
Oh, our school name was the Redskins. And it's still that because, I don't know, I guess they haven't been canceled yet.
Washington Redskins.
Oh, they had to change that. That was so weird.
My school's the Bison. You can make a statement that that's offensive.
The Bisons?
Yeah, from my high school.
It's great meat. It's my.
But you could say that's offensive because the white people almost completely wiped out all the bison.
You could get offended by it.
I'm not going to say anymore.
Just exists.
Because that probably, yeah.
So remember when you told me like, hey, we're not gonna do any politics?
Whoops.
So, Katie, would you be okay with having a section of
I'm so sorry about the camera. I keep bumping it. It's gonna.
Beacon Banter boxing?
Oh.
Where like we get, get in a ring.
And it's mandatory too. Everyone in the school.
I'll quit.
No, not just the club, the entire Valparaiso University.
I will transfer. I'll transfer schools. I'm not boxing. Yeah, I will.
You get a little muscle on you. You're gonna fight.
It looks like I have muscle, but I don't have strength behind the muscle.
I don't think is that how it works.
Somehow, apparently, it does, as I am proof of that, even though I don't understand it myself. Because, like, I used to have a lot more muscle in high school when I was actually, like... What?
You should at least weightlift. Like, we're gonna all bench each other.
Like, I did weightlift in high school because I was in sports. So, for 3 different sports that I was in, each sport would involve weightlifting. And I had been swimming since kindergarten, so I had, like, muscles and abs. Before I started weightlifting.
Oh, you're shredded before this?
Yeah.
And then he came to Valpo and he got fat.
You got the founder's food.
I gained 15, 20 pounds.
Yeah,
here.
fresh.
Yo,
Because I'm
Venmo
not-
me some,
Because I'm not
please.
doing anything. Like I can't eat 3 meals just because of all of the sports I was in. Like I have to limit the meals I eat just to not gain any more weight from the amount of food that I ate at a
I
time.
think we're good. I think we're good, Cash.
I think I don't know what to say at the end. What's like our outro to this?
What is up, Valparaiso University?
It sounds like an intro.
I don't know.
All right, any final thing you want to say, Katie?
Tune back in for another stream at some point, or that's not a stream. This is just a recording.
You're gonna be.
Watch 3 idiots and talk about going on with them.
I know you stopped doing basic arithmetic, but 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're gonna come back.
Well, are you gonna come back on as like an actual member?
Didn't you say you were dragging me into the club?
Yeah, you're being.
I don't-
Yeah, so
I don't
this isn't a
actually
question.
understand-
You're being forced.
I don't
I actually remember saying that I was forcing you, but I never.
You made like your Josh noise screaming, and stare. Yes, and then you stared right at me from this point of view, looking down on.
I don't remember any of this.
Anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year.
All right, goodbye.
Goodbye.
2 more days till May the 4th be with you.
No, we do not celebrate the Star Wars holiday.
I do. You guys don't have to. I don't really care.
You celebrate?
It's mainly I just spend the entire day just saying May the 4th be with you. That's all I do.
In a lot of places, they do like free comic book day on May the 4th. Just so you know. So,
They had 24% off at Galaxy Greg's.
Well, this is Katie. Why am I blanking on names? Katie, Robert, Trent, and Josh.
That's not Robert.
bye, everyone.